Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is honestly quite disturbing, Juan Dixon and Robyn Dixon might have more problems than this looming lawsuit and fake marriage, given what is now being leaked. If it is true, it's problematic. It's really problematic. But before we dive in, I wanted to remind you guys that we also do self love and self care content on my channel. So go ahead and grab our self love journal right down below. And we also have a ton of self love courses. Get on our newsletter, it is free, and you get a free self love journal and guide. So, with that, you guys, also be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. All right, now that that is out of the way, let's get to the real reason why we're here for this wacky, disturbing, delusional, psycho stuff. This is really disturbing, you guys, if it's true. Let's do a quick refresh, right? So, we all know that on last season's episode, Karen Huger basically just exposed what we all knew. It's a fake, well, alleged opinion base that Robyn and Juan are in a fake relationship. Either this marriage, quote, marriage is either just for the show, just so she can stay on the show, get that Bravo check, and still have her 15 minutes of fame, or they got, quote, married because they don't want her to have to testify or give evidence against him in his lawsuit. Again, the lawsuit is that he was negligent as a coach at the Coppin University. Allegedly, a student there was being sexually harassed and catfished into doing sexually inappropriate things that he did not want to do. He went to Juan for help, and Juan did not disclose it. He did not tell the university. He did not help him. This is all according to the lawsuit that the student is filing against Juan and other people at the school. So we all know about that. It's a sexual assault lawsuit that Juan has been a part of. We all know that, right? That's big. That's not cool. The other part is Juan's cheating allegations. Everyone has been saying that, says what happened? Okay, I'm back. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, so this is the thing, right? I'm sorry, you guys. I got distracted. I was seeing everybody in the chat. I'll get to you, my beautiful candy canes. I will get to you. So keep the chats coming. Keep the chats coming. Okay. So we all know about Juan's cheating allegations. He's already admitted that he cheated on her while they were married. And there's questions about whether or not she cheated on him too. And then there's questions now about their, quote, relationship marriage being a sham, they're glorified roommates. Don't forget, Juan said, season 1, the only reason, no, he said, I would have been gone if it wasn't for the boys. And I think that's true. I think that they're only pretending to be together for the, quote, sake of the children. But as we all know, an unhealthy, unhappy home, whether two people live in it or not, is unhealthy and unhappy for the children. So, quote, pretending to be together for the kids usually doesn't work out in the kids' favor. Also, don't forget a couple of other disturbing things. And don't worry, I'm going to get into what his alleged mistress has said. And it is very, very disturbing. If what she is saying is true, it's really sick. It's sickening to me. We're going to get into that. I just want to give all this context first, okay? I promise we'll get into it. Other bizarre things about Juan and Robyn, and that whole situation. Again, it seemed like last season that they weren't even sleeping in the same room. She was going through her low-grade depression. She started seeing a life coach. He was being very not compassionate towards her. He was calling her lazy and was really annoyed by her. And it's like, Juan, she's not lazy. She's depressed. And it was clear that they weren't sharing the same bed because she would say he would always come in to wake me up. But it's like, where was he sleeping? If you guys weren't in the same bed, so we already knew that they were like these glorified roommates, whatever the case may be. There's also the accusation that Karen said this last episode. Now, do I think Karen actually thought Juan was checking for her sexually? No, I think she was just saying that to goat Robyn because she was done with Robyn. She was like, you keep coming after me. You keep coming after me. I'm tired of you. You want to say this about me. Well, your marriage is fake. Your man hugged me and my boobs went to my backbone. He was checking for me, blah, 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 blah. This is what I think happened with that. I think Juan was wasted and drunk. I think he hugged Karen. He might have said something inappropriate, but I don't think that there was any true sexual undertone there. And I don't think Karen thinks that either. Karen's not delusional. She was just trying to get at Robyn. But what Karen did say was that allegedly there is this blonde girl in Georgetown that Juan has been having an affair with, and that Robyn knows about the girl. When Robyn called Juan to talk about it, his response was very telling. He was so angry. He was angry. He was like, I'm going to come down there and I'm going to tell all these women off. And it's like, you're going to tell off 60-year-old Karen? Boy, bye. Like, shut up, Juan. Thou dost protest too much. When Chris was accused of cheating, when Eddie was accused of cheating, none of them responded in anger. Eddie laughed it off and Chris was hurt. But Juan was angry. To me, that says a couple of things. To me, number one, it's guilt. You know what I mean? When you're caught and then you don't know how to get out of it. So it's like, oh, you want to say I'm cheating? Well, I'm going to talk louder than you. I'm going to be more mad at you. I'm going to be more angry. So then you kind of go, whoa, okay. And then you stop asking questions and you don't have to actually answer the question of whether or not you've been cheating. To me, the anger was very telling and it was very, very scary. Now, let's get back to this alleged mistress who's blonde in Georgetown, okay? Now, this was on this, what is his name? We're going to watch the video clip. I think his name is @GiorgioSays. So these are the receipts that he got from the mistress, okay? Now, I'm going to play it so we can watch it from the horse's mouth. Really listen, because we'll talk about what he says on it, but it's very, very disturbing and very, very scary if what this woman is saying is true, okay? So let's listen.
Wow, I guess living in Maryland helps because I was just reached out to by someone who allegedly dated Juan during the end of COVID for over a year. Let's talk about it. So this user who will stay anonymous reached out to me and basically let me know that she dated Juan for over a year during COVID. She sent me a screenshot of where she tagged her location just so that I knew that she was telling the truth. She did mention that Robyn does know, but asked her to not make it public, obviously. She also shared the very last text message that he sent her, which was on January 26th of 2022, so just almost a year ago at this point. She did not respond, but she explains why she stopped talking to him. She also shared a hotel invoice, which I have taken out a lot of the personal information because it did have Juan's personal info, so I've taken that out, but everything else on here is pretty much a normal invoice. This is a real hotel in Maryland, and I believe she was going to send this to producers, but I think she just didn't want to get caught in the crossfire because obviously Robyn knows about this and didn't want her to make it public. But it appears Juan allegedly was doing some weird things. Here's a close-up of the invoice. You can see Juan Dixon's name is on it. She also claimed that the reason why she stopped messing around with him was because he likes to, I guess, meet girls and I guess have his way with them, but then pass them off to his friends, which kind of sounds like ST to me a little bit. It's giving that vibe. She also said that one of the friends, who she did send me who this person was, came to her hotel room door when they, I guess, were going to take her back to the airport to fly back. And she says that the friend exposed himself and said that she needed to, fill in the blank. So that scared her, that turned her off. And so she went back home and she stopped all communication with him. But this is crazy. I'm still digging up some stuff, but I wanted to throw this out there because it does seem like things don't look as they appear on TV, at least from what people are telling me. And this specific person didn't really seem to care if she was kept anonymous because she was just tired of, I guess, seeing the fakeness on TV. But let me know your thoughts as always.
So what do you guys think? And I'm going to pick out the really disturbing parts of that in case you missed it or in case it went by too fast. To me, well, not let's start with a couple of things, so then we'll get to the most disturbing part. Number one, Robyn knew. We're just gonna assume that what this woman is saying is true. Of course, it's alleged, all of that. It's alleged, it's alleged, alleged. But let's just say first, Robyn knew, and she told her not to tell. Like, keep it a secret. We want to keep this front going. I want to stay on the show. I want this Bravo check. I want to keep up appearances, okay? So Robyn knows. Maybe that's why she's so angry all the time. Maybe that's why she's so bitter all the time. Maybe that's why she's ready to buck and knuck and fight all the time. Robyn needs to get some real help. She's a very angry, a very bitter woman. You see that. I don't think she's necessarily a bad person. It's kind of getting, but I think that if she continues on this path, that's where it's going. That's why she's so angry and bothered by Wendy. That's why she's so angry and bothered by Candace. That's why she's so angry and bothered by Karen, because they actually have men in their lives that love them, and she doesn't. And that sucks for her, but don't take that on everybody else. It's very scary. Now, Juan, on the other hand, if this is true, is really messed up. Did you catch what he said? That the mistress said, and this is what is disturbing and really scary if this is true, that Juan and his friends like to, quote, share girls or share women. So he would go out, find girls, do sexual whatever with, and then he would pass the girl or the woman, because she doesn't say, she says girl could, some people still call women girls, so I'm not going to go into the child part of it because nobody's talking about the age yet. So girl, women, let's just pray everybody is over 18, over 21, whatever the age is, they're actually adults. Let's just pray that, right? So he would go out, find the girls / women, do whatever sexual stuff he wanted to them, and then pass her along to his friends. That's really A, just disgusting, and B, when the guy at Giorgio says, when he says it sounds like ST, what he was referring to is sex trafficking. That's why this is very disturbing. When men will go out, they'll find women, they'll, quote, break her in by them having sex with her, and then they pass her to other men. That's what this chick is alleging. If you listen to it, we can play it again a little bit later. The other sickening part is when she said the reason why she stopped messing with him was because she went to the hotel, she had sex with Juan, and then one of his friends was supposed to come take her to the airport. And she said that when the friend came to the hotel, he exposed himself. And what I got from that, and he was like, you need to basically go down on him or do some type of act on him. And it really scared her and it really freaked her out. And that's when she cut off communication with him. Now, if this is true, this is really bad. Really, really bad. The fact that you go around and you find women and you find girls, you sleep with them, and then you pass them to your friends. I don't know how deep this goes. Again, we don't know if this is, quote, true or not, but she had the hotel receipt. If that hotel receipt is legitimate, then it gives her story credence. And also, this isn't the only person, and this isn't the only time. And Karen said a lot of people knew, talking about Juan's infidelity and cheating and weirdness. And where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's Juan Dixon being implicated in the sexual assault lawsuit. There's probably more to that. I think there's a reason why he's implicated in it. There's a previous situation of cheating. There's the weird energy between Juan and Michael Darby. We know about Michael Darby's rumors about him, not even a rumor, because Ashley didn't really deny it, about him going to a male prostitute for sex, him getting a woman and meeting a woman at a casino or whatever they were and taking her back to the hotel and having sex, and she took photos of him. He denied anything happened, but you went back to a hotel room and just played Monopoly, like, and she's taking photos of you in your underwear because you didn't have sex, and other stuff with him. And then we've also touched upon Juan and Michael's relationship, where he's like, let's just you and me go have a bachelor party for you. And Juan will never marry Robyn, and how good buddies they are. And I'll never tell your secrets. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But I do want to say this. I want to be very clear about where I stand with my opinion on it. Not that it matters, but since, we're the Candy Cane gang, my personal opinion on it is, and I want to know your opinion on it. I want to know what you guys think. My personal opinion on it is, to me, there's two separate buckets. No, there's three separate buckets, right? There's three separate buckets for me. One bucket is the whole like, oh, is he going to like a male prostitute? Does he have, gay, bi? Is Juan gay or bi with Michael and all that stuff? That's one bucket, the sort of sexuality bucket. To me, I don't care about that bucket. Love is love. I don't care. Gay, straight, bi, purple, blue, polka dot, trans, non-binary, straight, cis. I don't care. That part to me, I don't really care about. Do you? Love who you love. Get your pleasure where you get your pleasure on. You're an adult. Knock yourself out. Then there's the other bucket, which is like the cheating bucket, right? Where you're actually in a committed relationship and you are cheating on the person you're with. This bucket, I actually don't care about either. And I'll tell you why. I don't think anybody's actually cheating. I don't think Juan and Robyn are in a committed relationship. I think they have a committed front. I think he likes being the basketball coach, having his fiance wife who's on Bravo. That's a good look for a coach, for his professional career. What men or even women do behind closed doors is one thing, but but they want that front, right? Oh, I'm a basketball coach. I have my fiance. We have our boys. We live together. She's on the show, blah, blah, blah. It's like that front, right? When behind the scenes, they're dipping it and doing it or whatever. I think Juan wants that front because he wants to be that business guy, that coach. You know what I mean? I think he wants the front. And I think that Robyn wants the Bravo check. She wants a storyline, and she wants her 15 minutes of fame, and she wants to stay on the show. So her best way to do that is to pretend she's back with Juan, second shot at love, they're engaged, all of this stuff, right? But the problem is their energy cannot trump the lie. The energy trumps the lie. You're looking at me and you're telling me that you're happily married with this man and you're in love, but your energy says the two of you can't even stand each other. You're not sleeping in the same bed. He has so much disdain for you. He's yelling at you on the phone. He's saying he's going to cuss out a 60-year-old woman. I'm talking about Karen. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So I don't think anybody's actually, quote, cheating, because I don't think they're in a real relationship. I think they're in a frontship. He's fronting for the basketball coach university. She's fronting for the show. And they're also fronting for the children, because don't forget, they said themselves when they actually got legally divorced, they didn't even tell their children they were divorced. The boys Googled it when she got on the show. So you're not woman enough and man enough to have a difficult conversation with your own children, but then you expect me to think that you're being honest about your relationship to us? Girl, bye. And then Michael and Ashley, I don't think they're cheating either. I think they have an agreement. I think they have an open relationship. I think that they probably are like Mia and Gordon. They go out and they dip in and they do it. They find a man, they find a woman, and they have fun, and it is what it is. So I don't think there's any actually cheating. So those are those two buckets that I personally don't care about, because I don't think anybody's cheating. And I don't care who you sleep with, man, woman, or whatever. As long as it's consensual, have fun. But it's this third bucket that is really scary. It's this third bucket that's really disturbing. And that's the allegations that this woman is saying, that Juan and his friends go out and find girls and find women to have sex with and then pass her around. That is very, very disturbing. And it does sound like ST, like the guy said, which is sex trafficking. I don't want to say the whole word together because I don't want to get dinged or anything on my channel, but it does sound like that. When you find a girl and you break her in, an ST doesn't just look like, a bunch of people in a trap house. ST, it looks, come on now. It looks like it's the people next door. It's the people at the restaurant. It's the people at the hotel. And that's what it sounds like. And also her allegation that, she had a consensual sexual encounter with Juan, but she was not signing up to be, propositioned sexually by his friend, exposing himself to her, which to me, I don't know, is that assault? I don't know what it is, like someone just exposing themselves to you and expecting you to do a sexual act on them after you just had sex with their friend. And she said it shook her she was so disturbed by it that she stopped all communication with Juan. So to me, that bucket is the disturbing bucket. That's the bucket that I'm like, okay, now we have a problem. Now something is going on. Again, these are allegations. These are rumors. We don't know if that hotel receipt is true. We don't know if this woman is telling the truth, but it seems like it is. It seems like her receipts are legit, because when I looked at the email she sent, he had it blurred out, the first part of it, but the end of the email was at RobynDixon.com. So it seemed like she was emailing with Robyn. And she said that Robyn knew and asked her not to tell. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm going to play it again because we have a lot of new people in the room right now. If you've already watched it, watch it again and catch more stuff that you haven't seen. But I'm going to play it again just for the people who just come into the room. These are the things I want you to watch for, okay? So it's not me making it up. It's not me saying this. These are the things to watch for. Watch for the guy. It's at Giorgio Says. He's the one that got the tea. She reached out to him. He says that she said Robyn knew and told her not to tell. He said that Juan and his friends like to find girls and share them sexually. She said that after the bad experience where she went to the hotel, had sex with Juan, his friend came and exposed himself and wanted her to do something sexual on him. It really freaked her out, and that was when she stopped talking to Juan. Oh, he also said that she told Robyn that she was going to send the receipts to the producers, but then she decided not to send the receipts to the producers because she didn't want to get involved. What else? One of the receipts is a hotel invoice. He says that he didn't want to dox Juan, so he blurred out his personal information, but he says that the rest of the hotel invoice checks out and that the information he blurred out was Juan's personal information. But this is what he is saying, remember that. Okay, now what else? Okay, so those I think are the biggest pieces. And also don't forget, the guy does refer to ST, which is sex trafficking, which is when, a man or a woman will find other people and basically sell them into that life, Ugh, it's a lot. So I'll play it again because a lot of people just joined the chat. But watch out for those things, okay?
Wow, I guess living in Maryland helps because I was just reached out to by someone who allegedly dated Juan during the end of COVID for over a year. Let's talk about it. So this user, who will stay anonymous, reached out to me and basically let me know that she dated Juan for over a year during COVID. She sent me a screenshot of where she tagged her location just so that I knew that she was telling the truth. She did mention that Robyn does know, but asked her to not make it public, obviously. She also shared the very last text message that he sent her, which was on January 26th of 2022. So just almost a year ago at this point. She did not respond, but she explains why she stopped talking to him. She also shared a hotel invoice, which I have taken out a lot of the personal information because it did have Juan's personal info. So I've taken that out, but everything else on here is pretty much a normal invoice. This is a real hotel in Maryland. And I believe she was going to send this to producers, but I think she just didn't want to get caught in the crossfire because obviously Robyn knows about this and didn't want her to make it public. But it appears Juan allegedly was doing some weird things. Here's a close-up of the invoice. You can see Juan Dixon's name is on it. She also claimed that the reason why she stopped messing around with him was because he likes to, I guess, meet girls and, I guess, have his way with them, but then pass them off to his friends, which kind of sounds like ST to me a little bit. It's giving that vibe. She also said that one of the friends, who she did send me who this person was, came to her hotel room door when they, I guess, were going to take her back to the airport to fly back. And she says that the friend exposed himself and said that she needed to, fill in the blank. So that scared her, that turned her off. And so she went back home and she stopped all communication with him. But this is crazy. I'm still digging up some stuff, but I wanted to throw this out there because it does seem like things don't look as they appear on TV, at least from what people are telling me. And this specific person didn't really seem to care if she was kept anonymous because she was just tired of, I guess, seeing the fakeness on TV. But let me know your thoughts as always.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't forget, they also said that Juan and this woman was dating for over a year during C19, which is crazy. So that's a lot. Stick around, my candy canes, because I really want to take your questions and comments, but I want to also know, what do you guys think? Put it in the comment section. Do you believe this woman? Do you think she really is Juan Dixon's, mistress or girlfriend? And if so, do you believe the allegations that Juan likes to find girls, have sex with them, and then pass the girls to his friends? Which is really, really scary and really gross, that there's a group of men finding women and passing the women sexually around all of the men. It does give, I agree with at Giorgio says, it does give sex trafficking vibes, which is really scary. Very, very scary, actually. Do you believe her? And also, do you believe what she said, that she was in a hotel room, she had sex with Juan, she was waiting for his friend to take her to the airport, and then when the friend got there, he exposed himself to her and expected her to do a sexual act on him? It really freaked her out. It scared her. And that was a straw that broke the camel's back. And she was like, never again. And she, stopped communication with him. Do you believe her story? Let me know what you guys think. Put it down below. And also, I think a really critical question is, did Robyn know, and how much did she know? Did she just think he was cheating, quote, cheating? Because again, I don't think it's cheating if you're not in a real relationship, but do you think she thought he was just cheating? Do you think she knew about, him sleeping with girls and passing the girls with the friends? Do you think she knew about the sexual lawsuit coming down the road and everything? Do you think she was blindsided by that? Or do you think she knew? Do you think she knew? I personally think Robyn knows everything. And there's a reason why she told the girl to be quiet, and not just because it would be a bad look for cheating, but because of everything else. You guys know me. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe it all. I believe it all. You guys know me. I believe it. And I think that was the bad juju vibes Karen was getting from Juan. Not that Karen thought that Juan was coming for her sexually, but maybe Karen heard some rumblings. She knew about the blonde girl in Georgetown. Maybe she heard some rumblings about some other stuff. It also calls into question, Juan and Michael Darby's relationship. Michael said, I will always keep your secrets. What secrets are those? So put it down below. I want to know what you guys think. Stick around, my candy canes, because I'm going to go through all your candy cane question and comments. But for anybody watching on the replay, you know what to do. go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a geeky is always better with a community. And don't forget, we also do self-love, self-care, and wellness content on my channel, so check out those videos. And check out everything down below in the description box. Get on our newsletter. You will get a free self-love guide. And we have tons of self-love courses. And also, don't forget to grab our self-love journal written by me. All right, with that, let's get back to the tea. All right, candy canes, let's go.